welcome back to another episode of the Discipline Therapy Podcast. I'm your host, E.L. Discipline. Alongside me is other co-host, Sue Sotomayor. We know y'all are fiends, and you know what that means. We're serving you your dose weekly Discipline Therapy when not everything is completely free. As we're on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see, but what is free is a judgment-free, sucker-free, censor-free, sensitive-free, and plenty of liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, and my favorite roll of blunt. But make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food and sometimes vulgar conversations prepare your minds be fed like one up, inhale life and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Debbie podcast. We're
We're
here.
here. Right. We have links in the description below how to become part of our Patreon family and subscribe for exclusive content, bloopers, behind the scenes, EL Discipline solo lectures of Discipline Therapy Talk, his BDSM content, erotica posts and writings by Mr. EL Discipline. We also upload his masterclass and workshop videos there. We have some collaboration shows pertaining to more sensitive topics like child blah blah blah, sexual abuse, rape, domestic violence, transgender, child abduction, conspiracy theories, government conspiracy theories, and much more with myself and EL Discipline. Once again, how to become part of our Patreon family, you go to patreon.com/, the Discipline Therapy Podcast. EL Discipline also has books out available for purchase. You go to they're available on Amazon.com, BarnesandNobles.com. We have them for electronic version as well, like Kindle and Nook, um, and much more. Once again, all the links are in the description below the video. And for our online store for merch, you go to disciplinetherapy.launchcard.store/shop. We have a bunch of different categories. You can check it out. And last but not least, if you can't catch us on our YouTube channel, we're everywhere you get your audio entertainment: Spotify, Apple iTunes, Deezer, Castbox, and many more.
All right. Um, I like the sofa look all the time because it's more
Me
like a
too.
laid back, um, you know, type of scene.
Yeah.
Get in the studio. It's like you gotta be straight up posture. Like it's man, I rarely lay back, sit back for a long duration of time.
You're always
My
on the go.
mental motor and physical motor are like in sync. Like gotta go, gotta go. Could be like hyperactive. See
Hmm.
that with my little nephew. Noah, like
Ah. You see yourself in him, like when you were his age, you did the same thing.
mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
You
then.
know,
Yeah.
could be a good thing. Could be a bad thing. Um, yeah, but they call it like hyperactive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, could be a lot of reasons why that is trauma,
Yeah.
things in the past.
But it's good that
you
he
know.
has you in his life because you already noticed that you had that, so
hmm
you can kind of what's the word,
Yeah.
shepherd him, hurt him. You know what I'm trying to say.
hmm I mean, there's always a good to a bad,
Mm-hmm.
and vice versa. So trauma can elevate you.
Yeah.
Like I'm hyperactive, so if I never went through whatever I went through to probably trigger this, I probably would not be what some people have called me bionic man and stuff. Like
Mm.
you're able to do all these great things and
Like
people on my team um make it easier for them like managing different set of tasks efficiently.
like writing 5 books in under a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I probably
You would
wouldn't.
not be able to do that.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, so we're going to get into it. Episode 204. What type of women should men avoid if they desire to learn and grow? What type of men should women avoid
Mm.
if they want to grow?
What an interesting question.
Yeah, well, first of all, we could kind of get into that and then we'll get into the bullets which correspond with the topic.
Okay.
So like first of all, what do you think? Just a broad statement. I'll give a broad statement and then we'll get into this.
What type of
Yeah,
women should men avoid?
just give one or two women. I'm gonna give one or two women, give one or two guys, and I'm gonna give one or two guys, and then we'll go in depth characteristics and stuff.
Okay. So a type of woman a man should avoid if he wants to grow, I think, is someone who is not spiritual.
So
Uh,
this is what type of woman?
a man should avoid.
Okay.
I think another type of woman that a man should avoid is um like a brat, like
Mm,
someone who can take accountability and is always like always has an excuse.
mm, okay. Um, damn, those are good ones. I'm not gonna
Gotta write it
like I
down.
agree with them, but I'm not gonna piggyback.
Okay.
I want to give people different perspectives, so I'll go more in depth. Um, two types of women men should avoid. Um, Opportunists, and that
Mm,
could be in line of like gold diggers and stuff like that, and care about status and blah blah. Right, opportunists.
that's a good
Um,
one.
and damn, I don't wanna pick the same thing as you. Opportunists and oh, I got it. So I'll go more in depth because I know why you picked the spiritual thing. So I'll go more in depth. A woman who doesn't have like standards, and those are in line with like principles and morals.
That's
So
good.
I think those are the two women to avoid. Opportunists, I would say for men, and who don't have standards,
Mm-hmm.
and those are lines of morals, principles, and whatever. And it is subjective. What one's
Yeah,
woman's principles and morals won't be the same for
that's true.
everyone else. So what about
What kind of man should a woman avoid?
yeah,
Um, kind of man should a woman avoid?
and
She
the-
wants
and sorry, this is if you want to grow and learn.
right.
So if you don't care about that, you just want to play, you
Mm-hmm.
don't give a fuck about the toxicity, whatever it is, like don't listen.
I think a type of man that a woman should avoid. A guy who is not serious, like like goofy all the time, all the time. Like
Okay.
there's always times where you should be serious. Like, but if he's, you could never get him to be serious. Um, and I think the other one would be someone who's violent.
Mm,
I think that they should avoid that because if he's, well, we could get. Now I gotta write it down.
okay. Um. All right. So, what type of men should women avoid? One would be men who I would say don't have standards.
That's
So
good.
I'm gonna say the same thing with the women, part. And the other one would be who doesn't lead.
Hmm.
Who doesn't lead.
Like I don't know, whatever you want to type of guy.
Yeah, because you gotta look at most people look at surface level with that. They let the little things slide, but it turns bigger.
Mm.
So you gotta understand like the man is gonna plan the future for the both of you too. Where you're gonna be, like what are we and stuff of that nature. It's not just the littlest things like where do you wanna go eat.
Mm-hmm.
They like the
Right. Right.
littlest things play a major factor when you don't pay attention to it. Um, so I would say those things, and I think they could be in direct correlation. Standards. A man has standards. He has leadership skills. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not afraid to lead. So I would say those two things. And then we're gonna get into more depth of what it is
Okay.
and what the characteristics. Okay, what? Let me see. Let me see. And these are relationship dynamics. Um, Do you think each of the opposite sex should find partners that have similar traits of their mother and or father? So, for example, more context or to expound, the women going out there, they're heterosexual. Should they find similar characteristic traits in that their father possess out navigating out there into the dating market. And then now with the men,
Of the mothers.
same thing. Yeah, so I'm not I just want to give more context because people might just think both,
Right.
like, oh, both parents in that one girl I'm pursuing. I'm
Right.
talking
Right.
about me. Or maybe my dad, certain traits that my dad has, she has to have.
Right.
And then, you know what I'm saying? So I just want to make that perfectly clear.
Well, I think that clearly and obviously, if their parent is, someone that they should, embody, then yeah. But if they're not, if they've had like a bad relationship, assuming that this is like a regular family, right? Regular dynamic between father and daughter and mother and son, then I think so, yes. Because the parents are always your first teachers. They're the first one, Like you've heard that saying, a father is a girl's first love and vice versa, like with
Yeah, I've
the
said it.
with the
I've
yeah,
said it
with
too.
the
Yeah.
sons and the moms.
Yeah, psychology says it first. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I do. Uh, Assuming that they have everything is a regular good relationship, then definitely.
Um. Yeah, it's a lot easier to pick that when you add the stipulation.
Because
So,
it's hard
yeah.
if it's if they come
So,
from a dysfunctional family.
yeah, it is hard. But if they now, for me, do you think each should pick base of similar traits? I think yes. I think yes. Um
I think the son should ask the father, should I find someone that's like mom?
I I think they should. Only because if you're looking for like long term, right? Um I'm picturing like both parents are present.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Me
picturing
too.
bad or whatever it is, but even if it is bad, right? Those parents that are maybe single or it was a bad relationship, they grew up back in the day. And I always think that like the traditional way was the way. Like you got to look at like romantic, intimate relationships as old school.
Yeah.
That's what I think. Marriage is old school. Like building with each other long term is old school. Like longevity is old school. It's an old school mentality. So most of them had it right. You know what I'm saying? And even if we want to look at back in the days and be like, oh, well, you know what? Men didn't know how to really cook back then. So that's why they married early. They didn't know how to clean their clothes. They didn't want to do the domestic stuff. So they said, well, I need a woman for that.
Come
It
here,
wasn't
woman.
really love. It was more so like survival. The women really didn't know how to navigate out there into the world. They didn't want to. Maybe they couldn't. Certain, laws, right? Now they figured, oh well, these white guys implement this feminism. Now we could tax both genders, benefit, blah blah blah. Let's force them to vote. So things change in that regard. But before, it wasn't. The standard was the man hunted, the woman gathered,
Mm-hmm.
nurture, provide and protect, nurture, gather. So it was the standard for her to be a housewife, which is a job too.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went out there. So they both worked. She was in the domestic, he was outside. So it wasn't like he's coming back home and worrying about the domestic environment.
Mm-hmm.
She got that handled. It wasn't even like that for survival. Um, Even if there wasn't that much love involved back then, it was a logical thing to, get together and procreate, to build the next generation, to move on and stuff of that nature. Children's gonna be good. I'm gonna be good. The woman is thinking. My children's gonna be good. She's the standard. The guy's thinking. I'm gonna go out there and do what I naturally want to do. Boom, 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 and can do great at, be great at. And then we're gonna come back and build it like this, yin and yang,
Mm.
right? Um, so nowadays, I'm thinking like the old way. What are you looking for?
My pen.
If you want to write something down, you could use
Thank you.
this. So, so I'm thinking that um if back in the day we're looking at the potential right way, because we were looking at longevity, and
Mm,
some people will look at longevity as success, right? Even if you go through the fights or whatever it is, you know how to work it out, boom, 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 this and that. There was a little bit more respect, mutually trust, less trauma and stuff of that nature. So I think that if you already saw that success coming up, it's the student learning from the master,
mm,
student learning from the teacher. So you would want to try to find those similar traits. That's why I'm saying that it's
I
probably
agree.
successful to try to go out there and look for those characteristics, because it was like, oh, she knew how to be a wife.
Mm,
My mom knew how to be a wife. She got a lot of training from that. So I want to find like qualities,
mm-hmm.
wife material. And oh, my dad knew how to be a husband. He knew how to provide and protect, no question. Boom, boom, boom. Oh, safety's my priority. I want to look for a man that can do this, no question. I don't have to ask him. I don't want to teach him.
Mm,
So I would say, yeah,
I think so
without
too.
even thinking about like trauma and if they had a good relationship with him or not or whatever. I'm just looking at the success, the longevity, and stuff of that nature. What type of vetting should they engage in? This is questions for like men and women finding potential partners. And this could go along the
Ooh.
lines of like that episode we had, first dates
Mm-hmm.
questions. What type of vetting? So like this is different. Like what type of studying now? What type of,
Yeah. Definitely.
analysis? What type of things that you're looking for? Green flags, red flags, yellow flags.
I definitely think that both men and women should ask the people that they're interested in, like point blank type questions, like, are you involved with somebody? Do you have children? Things like that, because people hide those things, crazy enough. Or, like, they'll lie and they'll tell you no, and meanwhile they have a whole family.
Mhm.
And you never know if their, husband, wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever they have now is crazy or not. Like, that's just trouble that you're inviting just because you're not asking the right questions. So definitely,
Questions,
yeah.
questions. Okay. So what? That's the only type of vetting.
No.
Okay.
See how they are around other people, like people less fortunate. Do they call them a bum, or do they reach into their pocket to give them, money, or instead of money, give them food or something like that.
Mm,
Um, so see how they treat other people, see how they treat their sisters and mothers, and the men should see how the women are with their fathers and brothers and stuff. See if they're respectful or not. Um, what their interests are. Definitely, what you want to see if um if you guys are, like, everything could be good and fine, and then you find out maybe their political views aren't the same. That can really break people up. So to definitely talk about that stuff. Um,
how they think about the family, equality,
mm-hmm.
like
See what kind of friends he has. Even if you don't meet them, hear his stories. Of what they do or whatever. You can find out a lot like that too. Uh, is he always online? Does he pay attention to you when you guys are together, or her too? Like, both of them. Are you talking to them, and are they on the phone constantly? Stuff like that. Like, do they give you the time that you need when you're with them?
so I think what type of vetting they should engage in, both men and women, should be analytical, critical,
Mm,
thinking. Now, for me personally, I would say ask little questions, um but the type of vetting would be observation.
mm,
So ask little questions, the observation to see if the words match. Type of vetting would be like, try to study energy, like, because it's not just observing, it's feeling.
mm-hmm.
Like, feel it, right? How do they make you feel? So that part of vetting, how do
Yep.
they make you feel? Because I've been with women that it could have been the first date. we're talking for hours. Oh my God, I feel so comfortable with you. We barely know each other. Like, I feel like we've known each other for a long time. Oh, do you believe souls meet prior to the flesh? Ooh, that's deep. Tell me more. So, so like I've been in those situations. So you gotta see how do they make you feel. Like, oh, he might be great and everything wherever you met him online or whatever. But then when it's in person, your nervous system is up. So
Your stomach
use,
hurts.
yeah, use your instincts. Vet
Mm-hmm.
by using your instinct, trusting your intuition. Some people don't know how to use that. So
Sure.
use your intuition. I would say type of vetting, observation, like good eye discipline. Um, I would say and these things would kind of determine the red flags, green flags, yellow flags. Um, yeah, and ask very like little questions. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say like the type of vetting would be like questions because I think I was having this conversation with this young lady the other day. Um People like it's like a job interview. Like people
Mm-hmm.
will show you their best self,
It's
but
true.
you have to observe them for like 2 months, 3 months and see what it is. People can't like keep up a front for too long.
That's true.
So the type of vetting I would tell a man is nowadays, right? It's very, very hard in 2025 today. A lot of women are superficial. I'm not gonna say all of them, but most of them are. So vetting would be a test. So this is how you're gonna vet her to see if she's right for you if you're looking for something meaningful and long term, right? Um have a date that costs little to no money. Take her to a place that you want, not she wants. Then you observe. So if she's like, "Oh man, you're really taking me here? This is so cheap. This place. Yeah, leave now. Don't even go in. Oh, I'm taking you where I found you. And this date is over." Or if it's during, ask for the check. Pay your part. I like to split it. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to split it. Like whatever I ate, boom, and then with her, whatever, me, I'll pay the whole thing. Depending on how the date goes.
Mm-hmm.
Like if
Definitely.
it's a wrap, at this point I'm telling them to split. I'll pay what I ate. Not, I'm not a bottom feeder. Like whatever I spend, like I'm not gonna leave that on you. I'll pay
Right.
my half. Oh, you ain't gonna pay my no, this ain't going nowhere else. And that's it. So I would say use those skills to vet, kind of like a test. Take it to Starbucks. Well, a lot of Starbucks is closing. Is what they're supporting.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? So maybe you won't have one around you. So there could be other things like a Barnes and Noble, like have like a book date,
Mm-hmm.
a walk in the park, a picnic, a gym date. We're gonna work out. Do things that's different, unique, um and then see where she is with that, because if she's into you, she's not gonna care what y'all do. Oh, we did mini golf. Oh, we went to Dave and Buster's. We have all these. I had such a great time. It was so. She's down to earth. Now you're like, oh wow, okay, I could possibly see if I can invest more, because this is demand testing. Now for
Mm-hmm.
the women, I would say like, if everything is going well or whatever it is, see if he is gonna go half on the bill. You know what I'm saying? Like, if it was respectful, you guys know that it was mutual. You guys got mutual things going on. And you connect. See if he's gonna go half. See if he's a gentleman, offering to
Mm-hmm.
pick you up, hold the door, and stuff of that nature. Um, and for the guys, like see if you are a gentleman, how she's receiving that. Is she appreciative of that? Because oftentimes, like a lot of
That's
women
good.
today are so fucked up, they think that the gentleman can't be the savage behind closed doors. So they're like, he's like a dork. He can never do the nasty stuff that I want. So he's not both. Meanwhile, he could be. She don't even reveal because he's a gangster that moves in silence. He thinks there's a time and place for everything. He's mature. He's
Mm-hmm.
mature, so he don't feel like the need to try to talk to like and make you see that on the first date. He's mature. He's emotionally mature too. Emotionally, go into that again. Emotional intelligence. The
Mm-hmm.
man could view that, and the woman could view that. see certain situations because you got to go on multiple dates, different places to see how they act. Conflict resolution skills. Do they have them or they don't? Is she emotionally mature? Is she mature mentally? I don't mind dating women younger than me. A lot younger. She could be 10 years younger, 28, 29. You know what I'm
That's not
saying?
bad.
You know, 26. But is she mature mentally? Like you were talking about a brat earlier. That's an immature mindset. Immature emotionally.
Mm-hmm.
At this point in my age, I'm not dealing with that. Maybe the 22-year-old sadist part of me, but the sadist is grown. He's only going to come out in certain environments. I'm not looking to take a brat now under my wing and be like, I'm going to elevate you, because that could be a failure. Could be doing that for years. So see how mature emotionally she is. Mature in general. Have these conversations. Maybe like you were saying, like the political
Mm-hmm.
conversations and the um the stuff about relationships and stuff. Those could be make or breaks. You gotta see that part. Um,
See if they're like quitters on the first signs of problems between them. You
yeah,
know, like who's willing to stay and work and who's throwing in the towel type.
yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So I would say observation, eye discipline. If you're asking the questions, use your intuition. Um, I would say certain actions, just pay attention to those part. That's type of vetting. I would say critical and um analytical vetting. Street dudes and OnlyFan models slash like amateur porn stars virtually. Some people might think that's what they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Gold diggers, male scammers. Do they hold the same weight for avoidance?
I think so. Because none of
If
them. I mean, what can any of these people do to help you elevate? Like, what is a street dude gonna do to help you elevate? Or OnlyFans model? Like, none of them. All of those
what were
people
you
are
saying
out
to
for
help
something.
you out of it?
No, like to help you elevate.
Oh,
I mean, I guess you can be like, I don't want to be like that, and that helps.
yeah.
But
But you gotta understand.
they're on like one kind of wavelength. You know what I mean? I feel like they're on the get money type, quick type thinking scam. You know what I mean?
You're right. I'll even go in depth. If you're choosing these people, right? You have a problem, serious one.
Mm,
And I
true.
and I'm not downplaying these type of people, what they do. They're gonna deal with their consequences spiritually, karma, whatever. Eventually, it's gonna catch up. But I mean the people choosing them. So the female choosing that street dude, she's like, don't feel sorry for her for what happens. The dude that's choosing the OnlyFan model, you know what I'm saying? The females that's choosing the male scammers, they're aware of these. These people are not hiding this. Like it's one thing
Mm-hmm.
to wear a mask and then I found out, but you met them like that. Like they were very straightforward, and that didn't stop you from letting them
Mm-hmm.
choose you as the woman because he's pursuing, or you pursuing the woman. Like it didn't stop you.
Mm-hmm.
So for these guys that do this, right? They're both mentally ill. So the simp is with the OnlyFans, mentally ill, and I would say like the brat, the extremely toxic chick, is with the street dude, mentally ill. Same thing with the gold digger, the dude who has low self esteem, who likes to lead with his pockets, um, who doesn't have real internal confidence,
Mm-hmm.
um and to get with the gold digger because maybe that he sees as validation,
Mm-hmm.
and then because he's mentally ill, and then the woman getting with the male scammer, same thing, because she's in love with the lifestyle. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Meanwhile, she's on the brink of doing a bid too, because she's guilty by association. But I didn't do nothing. I didn't do nothing. and he's leaving her with the bag now.
Mm-hmm.
So
He's
that
scamming on her.
so that's what I'm saying. Eventually, like something's gonna happen,
Yeah.
you know, where they're gonna get now. Mind you, these people that are getting with them, they're already unhealed. So there's no way they're gonna be able to transition them or make them transition. So
Yeah.
the woman, the female that has a lot of mental issues, right, is getting with the street dude, maybe because she also has a rescuer complex. I can change him
Yeah.
into something better. I'm good. He'll just, mesh with me. And energy's infectious, so I'll get him to leave that life. The dude is thinking, well, if I buy her everything, give her everything, attention, whatever, maybe finally give her the ring, maybe that's what she's looking for, she'll leave this life.
Mm.
It's not fathomably possible for either or. So because they're ill. So a ill person can't heal a ill person.
It's true.
it just doesn't
It don't
work.
work that way.
You know what I'm saying? But like ill people end up getting with ill people. And I don't mean ill in a sense of cool, like a hood
Right, like somebody
slang.
who's sick.
Somebody who's sick, yeah. you,
It's true.
you know what I'm saying? Like they're it doesn't work.
I feel like those type of people are stuck in a loop because they never progress, and then they just pull in that same energy that they're in.
Yeah. Is OnlyFans and prostitution the same?
I'm gonna have to say no because prostitution, aren't they selling their bodies for sex, like actual intercourse? And sometimes on OnlyFans it's just them posing. Some do. I've heard that, but most of the girls just show their bodies, so I don't think that that's necessarily prostitution.
So so I think on a technical aspect, to look at the term and what it's doing is, I believe prostitution is
Let me
a
look it up.
monetary exchange for some type of pleasure. So you're getting more in depth with, well, don't they sell their body and they actually engage in the act? And so I look at it like OnlyFans, right? Even if they're not doing anything with them because there's a restriction there where there's a screen, it's virtual, right? I'm charging you a fee and I'm selling my body still.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So the way I look at prostitution is like, okay, it's a monetary exchange, right? Customer like customer and seller, right? I look at it in that regard, right? And if you're looking at it in that regard, you know, I believe they're the same thing. I believe like prostitution could be even subtle. Like for example, oh, you want to take me out on the first date, and you're gonna get a nightcap after. You gotta make this amount of money because you're gonna give me part of that. You gotta send money for my nails, my hair, blah 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 blah. You gotta be willing to spend this. You gotta take me to the flyest restaurant. I want you to spend at least 3K a day before you get all of this. That's prostitution to
That's
me
crazy.
because it's a transactional relationship.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like if it's like a transactional relationship in any type of fashion in regards to, okay, I'm paying for a service of pleasure in regards that it's like physical pleasure, visual pleasure, sexual pleasure, like it's prostitution to me. Now we could talk about different categories of it, like virtual, sexual interaction, blah blah blah, going to the actual facilities and getting a prostitute. But the actual like lifestyle, you know what I'm saying? The actual thing of it, I believe, is they're the same.
Well, I'm just going by what the Oxford diction, the Oxford oh my God, definition is.
What does it say?
It says prostitution is the practice or occupation of engaging in sexual activity with someone for payment. Sexual activity.
Yeah. So it could be a
I guess
woman.
it could be.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
just said it right now. So for here's another example. Cause now I talk about categories. So the OnlyFans is virtual prostitution. If like if 50% of the women are not doing it, they're cooking on there. Okay, but most of them we know what they're doing on that, right?
Mm,
Okay, so it could be a woman who is virtually playing with herself.
that is
That's
sexual.
sexual activity. And
It's
the
true.
dude is virtually watching, taking out his credit card, subscribing. That's why I believe like they're the same. You got regular prostitutes who's like it's like okay, these are the we'll say like this. These are the traditional prostitutes because we say old school, and then these are the modern prostitutes. Now everything is virtual, so this is modern. We've transitioned, so they're still the same thing.
Mm,
They're the same. It's just times have changed. And they're still doing the same thing. It's just times have changed. Like now, I don't have to like back in the days, like maybe certain areas, you could pick them up off the street. You have to
yeah.
actually go out there and work. Nowadays, even now, these days with COVID, people could do things from remote.
No.
So now it's like, yo, times have changed. Yo, I actually had to go out and make money. But now I could sit in my house and make money. So it's still the same thing, I believe. It's just that it's a lot easier now.
And safer.
It's not safer actually. It's
If
it's
they don't
it's
have
it's
to
still
interact.
it's still worse. We see it on the news all the time. OnlyFans model got killed.
That's
Da da
true.
da
That's
da.
true. That's
Met
true.
this dude up in this place. Do this and that. We see it
I
all the
guess
time.
it's the
So
same type of danger because the old school or traditional
yeah,
prostitutes were getting murked all the
you know
time.
you know why it's more dangerous now too. See if you get it.
Because now they know where you live.
Ah, you close. Yeah, you're right.
They know
So
your location.
that's in the all of the umbrella of social media.
Mm.
So back in the days when they didn't have them, they had like flip phones and stuff. You couldn't operate apps. You get Apple now when you can operate apps way better than the Android and stuff like that, whatever it is, right? Or Android or whatever. So now you can operate apps better. Back in the days, they didn't have all these stuff. Flip phones, Blackberries, whatever, right? So it was a lot harder. Yo, I don't want to get this track. Let me go pay a couple of cents and get a
Yeah,
payphone.
that's true.
Nowadays it's a lot more dangerous than back in the day because even though people think it's a lot safer through virtual location on this, they're tracking you, they're listening to everything. Women are oblivious, they're putting their location. Oh, I was over here, putting their location over there, thinking it's cool. They're taking pictures of the food and where the restaurant they're at. See, they're oblivious and they're doing
That's
OnlyFans.
true.
They don't know what's out there as far as the guys, creeps and whatnot. These creeps are what's the Jeffrey Dahmer guy?
Jeffrey Dahmer. Yep.
Yeah, they're psychological now. They're doing their homework. They're lining shit up for months, years. Oh, she was at here around this time. Da, 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 da. They're looking at everything.
Yeah.
So
And
that's
it's
why
all
you
on
see
there too. Yeah, you're right.
That's why you see them getting hurt
That's
nowadays.
true.
But they're oblivious to it because they're not having fathers around. They don't have male mentors that are teaching them this. And the guys in their circle, they're females. Because if they were real men, they would educate them like like if they were their father or their granddaddy.
Mm, yeah.
Should men avoid women who have a lot of male friends?
Yes.
I agree with the same thing. And it goes along the lines of what I was saying before of these guys that are in their circle, they're feminine and this
Mm-hmm.
and that. So when you got a situation like where a woman is around a lot of feminine energy, um she's not safe.
Oh, men with a lot of feminine energy. Gotcha. Gotcha.
She's not safe just in general. There's a whole bunch of chicks going out there. I saw a video
Oh, gotcha.
of
Gotcha.
I saw a video of UFC. Two professional trained UFC female fighters
I saw
fighting
that
a
one.
fat guy who is doesn't never even boxed in his life, and he was whipping their asses.
I saw that.
So that's what I mean. Like, you could have 5 girls, 4 girls going out together, whatever. It's still dangerous. You know what I'm saying? So you got the male friends around you that are in their feminine. They're putting the women at risk.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, the woman needs a masculine around her to feel safe. You know? So, and it's not fathomably possible for her to have masculine friends. Because she's going to be attracted to that.
I was
She's
gonna say
choosing.
men and women can't be friends like
Yeah,
that.
she's choosing one of them unless there's things going on with them.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Like transactional, business partnership, that's their girlfriend or wife, a relative, sister or something, or associate.
Mm-hmm.
Like they just can't be friends and be like, oh, let's have pizza. And no, they like different things. They engage in different things. The feminine woman is gonna want to do her nails. That's her male masculine best friend. He's gonna want to do his nails. No, that's not what he does.
Mm.
He wants to go to the shooting range or something, which is
Mhm.
probably a little bit extreme for her. You know what I'm saying? Like they're gonna want to do like they're doing
That's
different things,
yeah.
which is they're really attracted to each other. What type of
Wait, you didn't
what
say should women avoid men who have a lot of female friends, or did you skip that on purpose?
should women avoid men? Should they?
Yes, for the same reason that you just said. Like, um, if a man has a lot of female friends, that means he's in his feminine energy more than in his male energy. So why would she want to get with a guy who's always surrounded by female energy? She's still not gonna be protected.
I disagree. So the way the thing is this, I agree that she shouldn't. She
But he
shouldn't.
should.
She shouldn't. Um, she should avoid him if he has female friends. Mind you, the operative word, you're saying these are my female friends. These are not my girlfriends, Polly. These are not my business associates. These are not like acquaintances. These are female friends. Every woman's gonna look at a man weird in that regard, and their nervous system gonna go. But if you're looking at it in regards to how the women and men think on a biological aspect, women follow other women. So if she's seeing that he has a lot of female energy around him, that validates him in her mind. So the irony is she is going to be attracted to him more. Now, without even knowing who they are, they just see it. Now when he's saying, "Yeah, they're my female friends," that's weird. Now that's weird for her.
But is it a female?
Because it
So
comes
you're
down.
saying
This is why I'm gonna explain it to you. It comes down to territorialness. So man is territorial by nature. So if he's pursuing you and he sees a lot of male friends, he gonna feel a way about that. Women are not.
right? But I wanted to just clear that up. Him being wanted by a lot of females,
Yeah, that's where we're getting
that
to.
not
That's what.
him having female
Yeah,
friends. That's
see,
different.
see
Okay,
that's
gotcha.
what I'm talking about. Yes, because you gotta understand. Even if the woman doesn't understand how I broke it down, in her mind she's gonna be like, "These are your friends. What do you do?" If the dude, because at some point, if it's friends, right, female friends, operative word, and they're feminine, they don't engage in masculine stuff. There's he's a fraud. There's no way he's still masculine there.
Eso. That's
So
what I was
that's what's
saying.
gonna be hitting in her brain subconsciously. She might not be able to pick up on how I broke it down. But a woman who's in her spiritual or has God in her, she gonna pick up on that. And she's gonna see his mannerism. How does he still behave around all these women? Is he still masculine? If he is, that's a turn on for her. Because she's gonna look at it like he could handle all of them and still retain his character. But if he's seeing all of them and he's like, and she knows they're friends, then she gonna feel like turned off. But then she gonna see how his actions are. If she gonna see certain beta tendencies. Then she's gonna be like, oh, okay, yeah, he feminine. Without even knowing that energy exists in her mind, she's gonna be like, and that's gonna be a turn off. I would say avoid. I would say avoid them
I would say so
because
too.
energy's infectious. He's not gonna be able to retain his masculinity there if they're friends. Remember, if he's a masculine man and there's women around him, they got jobs. They got jobs, and it's like we ain't friends. You know what I'm saying? There's roles here. They could be girlfriends, they could be business, whatever it is, but they got titles. It's not just friends. That's how he's able to retain his masculine energy there. He's leading. Most likely when it's a one man and a bunch of female quote unquote friends, he's not leading there. That's what the woman is gonna see.
Mm.
Because she's gonna put herself in those shoes. Even though, oh, he's being validated. So if those girls are comfortable, I'm comfortable too. Like you inviting a girl to a party. It's me and my boy. We say we got this yacht party. There's gonna be 15 girls there. Oh, the other girls be like, oh, I'll come too. I'll come too. Because they're already seeing other girls are there. It's more girls than guys. Oh, I'm gonna feel comfortable. Women follow other women. You see? Just
Mm-hmm.
biological. The moment they get more context, the moment they actually find, oh, these are your friends, they're gonna start to study that guy to see if he's masculine too. The moment they see that it's not, their nervous system is gonna go up. And then they're gonna dump that yacht party
Mm.
after. They're gonna talk crazy about it. Oh, this was going on, because they're gonna see they're not gonna feel safe there, because they're gonna know. They might not know about masculine energy, but they're gonna see there's no leadership there. It's equal.
Yeah.
There's actually every energy there is feminine. You just
Yeah.
see the biological aspect, the XY chromosome. The
Exactly.
woman XX. No. There's XXXXX
X is all
all
over the
over the
place.
place.
Yeah.
It's not a mixture.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm
It's
saying?
true.
So that's what they'll see subconsciously. If they're in their spiritual, God is in them, they'll pick up on it, and they'll be able to, like, what I'm saying, they'll dissect too.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say for them to avoid them. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, it comes down to what it is. I don't think masculine guys have female friends. That's what it comes down to. If you see women around them, they something. There's something. What, business associates? These are women on my team. I run the team. These are my women, my wives, my girlfriends. There's something. They're not just friends, because people are just gonna naturally think, what y'all got in common?
Mm-hmm.
And that's going to be weird in their mind. But at the same time, the irony is the initial is still going to attract women. The initial. Once they find out more information, then they get turned off. If it's not what it is. Because like once, because we're talking about the operative word, friends.
Mm.
We're not saying they're anything else but that. If they know that in that regard, then it's going to, but if they see it, they're going to be attracted to it. But if they know, then they're turned off. Because like I said, it goes back full circle. Oh, wait a minute. What's the attraction here? Like, what they got in common? They do what I do, so he must be into what I'm into. Lonely housewife, likes reality shows, likes to paint his nails, do his hair and shit like that. Like, oh, okay. That's what they're gonna assume. um should men avoid independent females who state they don't like to listen to anyone? Like boss babes, or can men be involved with these females, provide will, protect them, love them properly, and they'll change because of these men?
I think that men should avoid these types of women because they're telling you off rip from the jump what they're not gonna do, and they're not gonna listen to you. But I find that a lot of younger guys do entertain these types of women.
Do you think
Um,
it's like out of like desperation? Do you think
I
it's
think sometimes they
low
like that
self-esteem?
challenge.
Mm.
I think some of them like that challenge, and it can bring. Yeah, you've said it on the show a couple of times. It brings that makeup sex.
Okay, what's the challenge gonna do for them?
Well, that's also, maybe going through it as they get older, they learn, I don't like that. Like they'll meet another girl and be
Mm.
like, nah, she reminds me of so and so, and I didn't like that then, so I'm not gonna like it now. Maybe it's like a rite of passage, like you gotta go through that so that you know what you like.
So I think these terms get masked, right? And they're like trauma.
Mm-hmm.
So these terms get masked into things that we don't look in depth with. So like a lot of my ideology comes from like school, experiences, observations from my personal relationships, household in the past, growing up, right? Everything, film, books, whatever, right? So when a woman is saying like, oh, she's independent and make a woman, a guy might think, because he might not know these terms, he might think, oh wow, build. All the
Mm.
bills won't be on me.
Yeah.
So he's looking at it like, oh, she's not gonna be a gold digger.
Yeah, almost
She's
like that's a good thing.
that's a good thing. He's thinking. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying these terms are masked into things that people are not really looking in depth with, because they didn't have the education or maybe the experience with these type of women to be able to be like, I don't like that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
glad I dealt with it. I don't like it. But they don't know what these terms and these titles or merits are, these what these people are adopting. That's
Mm-hmm.
why. Because at the end of the day, like, the relationship, no matter man and woman, it comes down to how you're gonna be present there, of how the other person make you feel.
That's true.
So when you looking at the women, oh, independent, da da da, not gonna listen to anybody. Some dudes will be like, oh, she a boss chick, da da da. They might take it as confidence.
Mm-hmm.
They take it as oh, I'm not, all the bills ain't gonna be on me. It's gonna be great. She not a gold digger. She not gonna run off my coattails or whatever. She's not gonna be lazy. Meanwhile, what he's not seeing is masculine
Mm-hmm.
energy. What he's not seeing is like, yo, she's gonna adopt all these masculine traits if she hasn't already to get her there, and she's also gonna bring that in the relationship dynamic because she's used to that. So now it's becoming some learned behavior. So now she's used to that, and he don't even know, because remember, she's on her best behavior in the beginning,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe a lot of dudes are not really like, well, they're definitely not in their divine for their intuition to be at a high level for them to actually vet. They're not studying. They don't know how. They don't have eye discipline. They observe and it flies over their head because of all the things that they see that could be a benefit. Oh, she comes from money. Got a trust fund. She can make me rich too. They're looking at the superficial, depending on their trauma and where they came from. Maybe he came from poverty. And he's like, I'll never go through that again. So he wants to take the easy route out by getting with the independent boss babe. And then he starts having problems. And he don't know where it's coming from. You know what I'm saying? Because he never had the education.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
I think they should avoid them. And I don't think a man getting involved with them that's gonna provide well, do
I
all
don't
the
think
right
so
things,
either.
love right. No, because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it comes down to the woman in general. Comes down to the man in general. If the woman ain't used to that, if she's stubborn, it don't matter if you come in correct.
Or if she's not even willing to
Yeah,
learn.
because she's not healed. So she's not gonna
Exactly.
know how to love a good guy. She's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna know how to love a dominant man, a man that has God in him, divine, masculine. She's not gonna know how to love that, how to treat it, how to appreciate it. You
That's
know what I'm
true.
saying? He held the door. You know I could open my own door. My arms are not broken. What is she doing there? She don't know how to sit back and be a lady.
Yeah. Like those people who don't know how to take a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's doing all the right stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
he's still failing there because of the woman.
Yeah.
Or if it was reversed. The men, like, she's doing all the right stuff. But it doesn't matter. Like, it's not gonna work. Like, it could be a thing that quenches a thirst, but eventually people get thirsty again. You know what I'm saying? So in regards to him doing all the right things, it might put her in the frame of mind like, oh, I could, but she'll go back to her old ways. That's why I don't think it's successful. So
Mm.
I think, like, believe people when they tell you who they are in the beginning. I don't think a lot of people just like believe that, especially like women, but like men fall into that category too.
It's true.
You know what I'm saying? Where they just don't believe it. They'll laugh at it. Like, guy come in and be like, yeah, I got other women. I'll talk to them. The woman's like, okay, because she don't believe you because she don't see him.
Mm-hmm.
This guy trying to impress me. He lying.
Exactly.
He lying. I don't know why he trying to impress me. Meanwhile, he telling you the truth from the beginning.
Yeah.
But the women not listening. Or the man, listen, the woman's like, I'll run dudes. Not really gonna be submissive here.
Mm-hmm.
I run dudes. Like I'm not doing that. I could be submissive to my man. I could. You see that operative word? I could. That's dangerous.
Mm.
Moment shit, I would tell a man run.
Don't
But
look back.
I could. If you get in your masculine, if you get in your masculine, you get me in your feminine. Run. Same thing. Run.
Yep.
Yeah. End the date. Stop talking to him. You know, it's the same thing. I would tell them to avoid them because a lot of problems is gonna come down. Um, down the line. Should women avoid men who cheat on their wives?
Yes. Because if he's cheating on her, that means she doesn't know that he has other women, and then he's not being honest with her.
Then why
So,
do a lot of women be okay with being the side chicks?
well, we saying should they avoid? I'm saying that they
Oh, okay,
should,
okay.
because if his wife knows that he has other women, then that's different. But if he's cheating on her, that means he's lying to her, and that means he's not honest. So I would say, yeah, avoid him. Now, unless she knows, then that's different.
Mm.
Yeah, you
Um,
like that, right?
yeah.
Eh,
Let me see.
sometimes, man, sometimes.
I think they should avoid men who cheat on their wives.
Oh.
Because it comes down to like for me, like I'm poly, right? Like I'm straight about that. You know, other guys will be like, oh, da, da, da. Even if a man is monogamous sexually, he's still saying, "Yo, I'm poly," because if I see a nice ass, I'ma look. You know what I'm saying? I may not engage, but that's my nature. So I'm just accepting who I am. You know, so technically I'm poly. You know, so he may not have a roster now. You know what I'm saying? But he did in the past. You see what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe he's monogamous now. So he like it's what it is. It's just you're living your authentic self. You're being honest with yourself, right? You got a guy that's cheating on his wife. That means he's sneaky, he's lying, he's doing all these things. What makes you think like you're gonna be in a good situation?
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Like that's his wife. She got the ring. She made it there. You just somebody that's brand new. Like you just meeting them. Like
Mm-hmm.
that's almost like two women in my life. You got my mom and you got a woman I just started dating a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
And you talk about one woman is like I need money. I need money. Like I need help. I need money. And then the other woman is like, I need money. So the mom is saying, oh, I need help with money or whatever it is, da da da, I'll pay you back when I can. And then the other woman is like, I know we just started dating or whatever it is. Yo, who you think I'm giving to that easy without a question, without even thinking?
Your mom.
Yeah, so that's the same thing with like the wife and the chick that you just met.
I
So
see.
the wife, you gotta understand. Maybe there was years
She's
there.
been there. Yeah.
Maybe she ended up getting the ring. Maybe they have kids, houses. I pay for this car, whatever it is. Like she getting the luxury, right? I'm providing and protecting her. You get the new one, and it's like, yo, like, you understand what I'm saying? Like, if he's treating her like that, in a sense of, oh, he's not being honest. You know what I'm saying? They don't have
Mm-hmm.
an agreement, even if she don't agree with it. They have an agreement. Like she don't like it, but I know he does
Right.
this. He comes home all the time. I know he does this. I respect him still because he's still providing and protecting. He didn't just go out there and call me and say, "Yo, I'm never coming home." He's still
Mm-hmm.
loyal. You see, so I respect him still in that regard. But I know he does this time to time. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. So how is that woman gonna be able to build something with him when clearly there's no trust and
Mm-hmm.
he moving sneaky and stuff like that. It's like she don't know whatever. So they're
Exactly.
not looking in depth. So my follow up is why are there so many side chicks?
They like to be sneaky too.
You know what I think is an ego thing. It's more so like, yo, a
Definitely.
couple of things. I could possibly take the position. Oh, if he's cheating with me, like I'm better.
Mm-hmm.
It's oh he's never gonna do that, whatever. It's an ego thing. It's narcissistic. It's oh he cheating with me. I know more than she. I'm special. It's a big ego thing. I think that's what it is. And I think it's also because you got a few of these guys who are at this top echelon position that can do all these things and have all these things. So a lot of times women kind of just get to that mindset of settling.
Mm.
So I think that's another reason why they do it. So some women do it where they're oblivious to it and egotistical, and others do it where they're like they come to terms with it and they're like thinking like logical of what it is. Like, damn, it's 2025. Like, if I ain't building with somebody, I'm gonna end up sharing. You know what I'm saying? It's either gonna be like told to me or it's gonna be hidden until I find out. I'm gonna be in denial about it, but I'm gonna be in a poly situation. I'm gonna be in denial about it, or I'm gonna know. You know what I'm saying? So she's thinking like that already, and I think those are the separate portion of women that do it. Um, should men avoid females who won't be submissive to them? Now, this is a trick question.
Yes.
This is a trick question. So think about it before I'll give you some time before you say yes.
Men avoid female. I'm still gonna say yes.
Why?
For the same reason as the other ones. Like they're telling you. Oh wait, are they telling you who won't be? So they're. I'm assuming that they're saying I'm not. I don't resonate with being submissive. That word triggers me. Well. Damn you in the trick questions.
I'm gonna
I
explain.
I think yeah they should avoid them. But I also think that with like other words, how you said they trigger people. I think that a lot of women are already submissive to their men, but they don't know that that's the wording. But then there's other women who say, "Hell no, I'm not gonna." I'm gonna say just avoid them.
I would say don't avoid these women necessarily.
Why?
That's why I said this is technical. So this comes back to the question of controlling versus dominant. Remember that one?
Yeah.
Okay, so I mentioned the controlling aspect is we haven't built anything.
Okay.
It's the same thing. It's just did she submit? So if she didn't submit, it's controlling. She submitted, it's dominant. It's the same thing here. Me personally, I would still pursue the women who won't be submissive to men. Get it? I put them, so I put them all together. So the way I look at it, submission is it's special. It's for one or two
You're
guys.
tricky.
That's why I say it's technical. So when you see it's like a person that's traumatized and they're nice versus kind.
Mm.
So somebody that's nice is like they're like that with everybody, even the people that treat them like shit. That's somebody that has low self-esteem that needs help.
Like people, please.
People pleasers. So if you have a woman out there who's publicly like, "Oh, I'm submissive to all guys. I'm submissive to every man," and with that's a red flag. That's why I say it's technical. I'm still gonna pursue those women.
All
You know what I'm
right.
saying? Who say,
That
"Oh,
makes
I'm
sense.
respectful to all men," but I'm not submissive to all men. I'm submissive to the man that I trust and respect and in a
Mm-hmm.
relationship with. Those are women that because those are women that are gonna be loyal. That's what it comes down to. If she's submissive to all men, that's dangerous.
That's crazy talk.
That's why I said it's technical. Like I would not avoid them. That's actually
Mm.
attractive to me
Makes sense.
because of the territorialness.
Mm-hmm.
Should women avoid men who can't or refuse to lead?
Definitely yes.
Why?
Avoid them. Because if he can't or refuses to lead, I mean, then what do you know what I'm saying? Like then he's taking you out of your natural way to be. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
then there's gonna be
Natural
conflict.
selection.
There's gonna be conflict there, and there's not gonna be you're just gonna be waiting for him to freaking get up off his ass and be a man already. And if he's not gonna do it, all you're gonna do is have conflict, problems, and if you have children, it's gonna be trauma and trickle down. So no.
I think you summed it up.
Hey,
I'm not even gonna elaborate because I'm probably gonna
what?
say the same things. I would say avoid them. Um, Because it's just how women are. Like even like I wouldn't say butch, 'cause that's like dyke or stud
Oh
type.
my God.
But even a woman who like could appear feminine because of how she dresses, but has a lot of high masculine energy. She's like that in her job, been like that in relationships. Even she's gonna want to be feminine. You know what I'm saying? Because of certain situations that's gonna arise. Danger, possible risk for harm, or indecisiveness. Oh, what should we eat today? Where we should? What do you want me to make you?
Mm-hmm.
Indecisiveness, she's gonna wanna like take the back seat. She's not gonna wanna do that all the time. What she does and the mask she wears out in the world is not what she's gonna wanna wear when she's in a relationship or behind closed doors. Because behind closed doors or in a relationship is where she feels like she wants to be the most vulnerable, where she wants to take that mask off. So why would she give you that masculine energy too? Those are for the strangers.
Yeah.
Those are for the subordinates. Like she's not gonna want to do that. Eventually, she's gonna want to submit because that's a stress reliever for her.
Mm.
Going out there into the world is mad stress. High masculine energy, mad stress. You see what I'm saying? So I think a dude that is not, I ended up elaborating anyways. A dude that can't or refuses to puts her nervous system up. It's like, wait a minute, I'm like that in my day to day, and then I'm like that here. Oh
I don't
shit!
want to be like that
I
here.
might as well do this by myself. I don't got a man. Like what's the point? It's just a
Exactly.
body. She gonna feel like that at some point. Do you believe men should pay everything when he's with a woman romantically?
No, I don't. And I think should he pay for everything when he's in like just dating or married?
Romantically, so
I don't think
there.
so. I think that it should be when one got it and the other one doesn't, then they pay and vice versa. Like you can't be, some people have more bills to pay or something, and if they don't got it that day or whatever to go out to dinner or whatever, then the other person should. I don't think that there should be tabs and tallies. Oh well, I paid last time. You're in, you're supposed to be in it together. You know what I mean?
So I think a man should pay for everything if he's with the woman, intimately, romantically, during a relationship or marriage. Um, because at the end of the day, you got to listen to the operative words that I'm using. That's why they're operative words. You know what I'm saying? Like, these words are like the trigger words. You understand? So at the end of the day, like, if I said, should men pay for everything with a woman? No. Because now you talking about, yo, I just met her. I just met her and she's talking about send her cash app to the nails, hair, whatever. I just met you. Like we're trying to get to know each other. Oh, but a man gotta pay for all this. No. No. Now when you're my girl and stuff of that nature, I don't see it as a problem. To do I saw that growing up. It's just natural to me. I don't see it as a problem. Because at the end of the day, if you're my girl, that means there comes with here's the twist. There comes with stipulations with that. So if we're together romantically and intimately, marriage, my girl, submissive, that means you're not cheating, you're faithful, loyal, and loyal, you know, you appreciative, all these things come with it. You
Mm.
do your part, you're nurturing, you bring this feminine energy with it, and then you get the rewards. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's what I believe it is. When you do that, like if that's your girl and it is romantic, she deserves that. She deserves that princess treatment, queen treatment, because it's coming with those stipulations. But you gotta understand, I'm being technical here. When
Mm.
you not with her romantically or whatever it is, she's for the streets. So that means she's not yours. That's what it
Mm.
comes down to. Romantically and intimately and stuff like I'm talking about she's yours, just to break it down in layman's terms. Should a man pay for everything if the woman is his? What do you think about that now?
I still don't think so.
Okay, I think she should because if she's mine, I'm looking more in depth. She's abiding by all of these rules. She's abiding by all of these standards. She's following the program. She's loyal, this, that, nurturing. So she's getting these rewards. That's what
If
it comes
it,
down to. But if she's for the streets and stuff of that nature, obviously she's not yours. So it's like if you're still paying for everything, you're a simp.
mm,
Like she's not yours. She's online, booty, online cleavage. Got these guys on OnlyFans, answering all these guys in her comments, hard eye emojis, flirting and stuff. She's clearly showing that she's not yours. So that's a simp to me. That's a guy that's getting a bad deal. You know what I'm saying? So at that moment, it's like he shouldn't pay because it's not in my mind. Technically, they're together. They're not.
I think that if she's not working, then yeah. But
So
if she's working, she's making good
so
money,
so
and
I believe that. So I
why
believe
wouldn't
that
she? So his money's
so,
their money, and her money's her money.
yeah, and I'm gonna break it down. So I believe it's like this, right? I believe that um it's okay to spoil the man. You know what I'm saying? Daddy's not bringing his wallet today. You got it? Boom. This is how I believe. I believe
Mm.
his money is their money and her money is her money. Now, her money is also a safety blanket for us. That's how I operate. So the way I look at it is like he's paying for everything. His money's going up and down. He got to keep make it to spend it. It's the hourglass. Then you
Mm.
turn it over and
Mm-hmm.
start over. That's how his money is. Hers is constantly going up. So the thing is, it's not her exit strategy. It's not, well, it's her money because if it doesn't work out, sign a prenup, I'm not gonna get half. No, that's not why she's saving. She's saving to break the matrix. God forbid something happens.
Mm.
He can't work. You hear guys getting hurt or dying on the job every day. They do the most physical jobs. They do the most dire, life-threatening jobs that nobody talks about. So for that situation of her saving, yes, it's for her. Do her nails, her whatever, feminine parts and stuff of
Mm-hmm.
that nature. But it's also their safety blanket too. If he's dominant and leading in that dynamic, it's automatic that her money is his money. It's automatic. But I'm just saying how it is, how you gonna be with a man and a woman. He's gonna pay for everything. His money is her money too. And her money is her money. But the reality is anything happens, that's our money, babe. Listen,
Mm.
we gonna take trip today. You got your little piggy bank, right? Let's get into your piggy bank.
Mm.
This is for bills. So you see what I'm doing there?
Mm-hmm.
You see, so that's what I think. Like women, that's why they spend more. Men may make the money, but women hold it. Men make the credit cards. Women swipe. You know what I'm saying? They 95% of the consumers in this world are women. They need more stuff,
Mm-hmm.
cosmetics, stuff of that nature. Men are just in and out. I know what I'm gonna get before I leave the house. I don't really need a grocery list. Women, they just shop for hours. So it's needed in regards to how they need to make bread and whatever. But at the end of the day, if you're in a relationship, you gotta understand you're sharing everything. I
Mm.
believe that too. So the thing is, it is her money, but you gotta understand that for a rainy day, it's theirs.
Yep.
Yes, I don't think that the woman should be concerned with like bills. If she's making
Wow.
money, save that for the both of them. She shouldn't be going on shopping sprees and shit like that. Like, oh yeah, this is my money, independent. I'm gonna go buy a Ferrari. Da da da. No, I'm saying that's why it's up to the man to come in as the leader and be like, all right, blah blah blah. I'm gonna bring the money to you. You're gonna budget it. You know you're the family accountant. You know how to do it. Da da da. But be wise and do that. Like she needs to be able to like navigate well in the financial department so she could maintain the family's expenses. She needs to know how to do that.
I will bring my family to ruins if I get left with that task. Oh my
You know what I'm
god.
saying?
Not me. I would
And
have a heart attack.
sometimes she's there for like your second eyes. Like
Mm.
she could be like,
I could
oh,
be that
well, I don't
second
think
eye.
that's lucrative. Like he might be trying to do something off impulse,
Mm-hmm.
and she's like, oh, but do we got it? Do we got it like that? Like maybe we can wait next month.
Mm.
You know what I'm
Smart.
saying?
Yeah.
Like she needs to be there for that. too, but I think the man should do everything, especially if that's your girl. That's part of the reward.
Mm,
If that's not your girl and you're doing that, that's crazy to me. But the
yeah,
operative word is like romantic, like
yeah,
that's your girl.
yeah,
She for the streets, that's not your girl.
yeah.
Final thoughts. So who should men accept or pursue, and who should women accept or pursue? Because oftentimes, like society talks about issues and very little solutions to the issues.
Mm,
So I'm trying to like bring solutions.
I like that.
Also, like there's gonna be another one where I'm gonna say, would you want the past you to give you advice or the future you to give you advice? So one question at a time. Who should men accept and pursue, and who should women accept and pursue?
Um, I think men and women should accept people that um like they see a future with, like they, people that are kind, that are fit what they're looking for. Like don't go out and you meet a girl and just because she's pretty, or you meet a guy and just because he's hot, you want to get with them, but and you're going to overlook certain things. You know what I mean? Like find the person that that kind of check off what the main things that you're looking for. Make sure they have good morals that match yours. Those are important things. Like you could have difference in opinion, but when they're big like that, those things can drive a wedge or make things worse. They should accept and be with people who um accept them and don't want them to change. I mean, bad habits, yes, but an overall, like, they met you that way, and if they were happy then, why aren't they happy now? Um, People who are kind and are trustful, and who show you, what you mean to them.
So I would say accept and pursue. So I would say men pursue, women accept the men or women who align with, your goals, legacy, lifestyle, um, morals, principles, values.
Mm.
That's what I would say. Those are the ones that you're gonna have successful relationships with. Um, Now, mind you, if if a woman out there is toxic and she don't wanna, um, she don't wanna change and learn, then she should get with the toxic guy too. Like I'm
Mm.
not gonna use all those terms that you used because it doesn't apply to a lot of people.
Mm.
I'm just gonna say that sometimes the toxicity works for some people. Like they fine with it. So I would just say that, you know, as long as it's not putting you at risk for possible life-threatening situations to occur, you're not doing anything illegal, because they might force you to do that, and because like that guy has enthralled you so much, he got your soul, you can't say no to him. And he's a bad like street dude,
Mm.
and you can't say no. And you know it's bad and the possible ramifications. You're like, damn, this is gonna end us in jail. But I'd rather die. No, no, no. Some women gotta ask, where are we riding to? You know what I'm saying? So I'm saying like, but some toxicity it works for them. All I'm saying is like follow people that and no, 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 pursue and accept people that align
Mm-hmm.
with your energy. Just
Exactly.
summarizing it. You know what I'm saying?
100%.
So if you're divine masculine, like only try to date divine feminine women. You know what I'm saying? Dominant men date submissive women. You know what I'm saying? Masculine woman date submissive guys. um, you know what I'm saying? If you're like traditional, try to find traditional people. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're about family, try to find family oriented people. That's what I would say, because the like once you start talking about all these things, politics and whatever it is, it's gonna be the deal breaker.
Mm.
because you're not aligned with them. Like that's why the courting process was created, to get to that stage where you could see if you're compatible or not.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I would say. Now, what would you choose? The past you or the future you?
I would choose the future me because the past me went through a lot of stuff, and only the future me knows how I turned out.
Hmm. So let me put a twist because it's now it was easy. Both of them have the knowledge. Both of them have the knowledge. So I'm gonna give more context. The past you, even though whatever it was with the past you, it's like the current you was able to go back in the past you with the knowledge of the current. And now the future you obviously knows what's going on in the future, whatever. They both have the same mindset. So they're not different. So would you choose the past you to change your current and future? Or would you choose the future you? Like these are both oracles. Would you choose the oracle in the matrix, a future you, to talk to the current you about where you need to be, depending on what things need to be done and this and that.
I would still choose the future me. Um, I wouldn't, because the future me is the outcome of what the past me had to go through. Like I wouldn't discard what the past me has to say or what they went through because they
Mm,
went through, whatever they went through for me to come out the other side.
mm,
But the future me is already there.
mm.
You know what I mean? So I would just listen to what she has to say.
So the future me is not certain. I believe it's like it's there and it sees certain things. Like I could see these things. Like it's like the ancestors are coming to you. I could see these things already. This is what I'm gonna tell you to prepare you for this. So the way I'm looking at it is I would choose the past me because I think I made a few mistakes in the past that would have put me in a better position currently and going to the future. So like it's almost like you're saying it's almost like if I said if I could take a pill, red or blue, and the red pill is the future and the blue pill is the past, but the blue pill is like the 10 years old me that was telling me, "Yo, listen, um the future is like, yo, here, take this 10 million right now." And then the past me is like, "Yo, let me give you this information." So it's like most people, I believe, would choose the future because they're like, yo, give me the money now. And I'm looking at it like, yo, give me the past me. Because I learned a lot of this stuff now that if I had someone teaching me this in the past, things would have been a lot different. But I'm not saying I regret the past. It's what's shaping the current
Mm-hmm.
and the future. But if the past me would have gave me that tool, you see what I mean? So it's like if you think about it, if we talking about money, the future you taking the 10, not you, but some people taking the 10 million now. The past me is like I'm giving you this information, putting you in this position, making you talk to this important person, da da da, putting you here in this perfect place, da 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 da, and teaching you the game. That past me could put the current me in a position to be able to make 50 million. That's what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
And it might not even be talking about money. We talking about situations like COVID and whatever it was or whatever. Like, even though I was prepared for all those things, because I think the ancestors hit me on before. I was preparing in like 2016, 2017 without even knowing. Then when it hit, it didn't affect me.
Mm.
Built a gym, did this, did my own hair. Like I was not all these places closed down. I was sustained. I learned these things already, self-taught. So now, I think I would choose the past me in regards to knowing the game to put me in a better position to also, um, you know, know other stuff. So I think the future you was already seeing what is out there already, and be like, all right, this is what you need to do to prepare you for that. You know what I'm saying? And I think the current you, like, if you're in a situation, like, you could change the situation now.
Mm.
Cause the past you, I'm sorry, the past you could change the situation now. Cause they're telling you this maybe in a dream. The future you is telling you this in the dream. So what are you gonna do? You're gonna start planning for the future. But the past you is telling you this, and it's like now you're like, yo, I could change this today. Like if the past you was like, oh, you're gonna get heart disease and you're gonna get this if you keep eating McDonald's, da, da, da. And then now the current you is like, let me stop this right now and go to the gym and do this and do the sauna and blah 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 and do blah and educate this and meditate and pray and get God in my life and build a relationship with God and do, you see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Versus like the future you is like, oh blah blah blah, and you're like, oh okay, like I got time for that. Like that's the future me. All right, I got time for that. I'll build this, that. I got time for that. You know, that's how I look at it. Everybody else could look at it differently. Um,
Exactly.
so that's what I would say. To accept or pursue those type of people that kind of align with those goals of what you want. If this person likes one night stands and you like long term meaningful things, this person likes casual things, and you just know how to have powerful things or be in relationships. That's all you know. They it doesn't align. Like
Mm.
you can't mess with them. You know what I mean? Like
It's
it's
true.
not gonna work out. So these are the people that you should avoid, pursue, and depending on where you want to be present in that dynamic or not. And if you like try to think, oh well, it's okay for different to have a lot of different things, like not a lot of similarities. That's what makes up a relationship. That's an epic failure soon to happen. You know. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you tuned into one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real, no holds barred. This has been Debbie Podcast. Peace.
Peace.